Hey guys, today I will be testing bench basics from Pepetools. These are the items that are used every day when you're making jewelry, when you're metalsmithing. They always are on your bench, and that's pickling powder, smart flax, blade butter, and I will explain what these are in a second. I am very excited to try these and see how they compare to the ones that I've used in the past, and I will be using them while I'm making a new project and a tutorial for you. So I hope you will enjoy this video. This blade butter keeps cutting tools such as saw blades, files, burrs sharp for smoother cuts, less friction, and a longer working life. Smart Pickle is used for pickling to clean your metal and remove oxidation. Smart Flax prevents fire scale. Important tip: make sure that when you're using this in the pickle, you do not put ferrous metals inside, like iron or steel, because that will contaminate the solution. So for example, when you notice that your silver is turning pink, that's because the solution has been contaminated. So you have to take it out as soon as possible and change the solution. Let's prepare my cleaning station. I'll show you what I use and how I use it. This is a quenching bowl. There's just clean water inside here, and I'm going to put some baking soda in. And this solution is used to quench the metal when you're soldering, and to quench the metal, neutralize the metal after you take it out of the pickling solution. So you use it twice: before you put anything in there and after you take anything from out there. You put it in here. Then over here I'm using this bottle warmer for my pickling solution. I just like the size of it, and I like that it keeps the temperature perfect. In my case, I don't need anything bigger than this. So inside I'm using this plastic container with a lid, and I've added some holes to the lid. And I'm going to fill it with hot water, and then I'm going to put pickling solution in there. I'm using small amounts, so that's why I've added just a little bit for this small amount of water. And then I'm going to put it in there, cover it with the lid, and yeah, that's that. So before using this, I used very natural solution, which was vinegar with salt, very natural. The only downside was that it's a bit smelly, but it's okay because it's not toxic. And then I tried something that's called safety pickle, and I think it's acid based, but it wasn't that strong either. So this one, I'm very curious to see how it compares to the other two. With this one you have to be very careful and meet, safety precautions, because it's a strong powder, it's a strong solution. So be careful, do not put it in your eyes, do not inhale it, and make sure that you air the room very well. Today I will show you how to make decorative bezel, and I will also tell you where to get them. And so these are the ones that I will be using today, and I will use them to set cabochon gemstones. The method is exactly the same as with the regular bezel wire. Honestly, you do all the steps in the same way. I will start with this lovely moss agate. To make setting easier, I put double-sided tape on a piece of paper, and then when I'm wrapping the wire around the gemstone, it's just easier to hold it in place. Let me show you. I'm going to recycle my old business card for this. I'm picking the wire based on the size of the gemstone and also based on the design. But here I'm actually aiming for the one that's a bit taller, because the gemstone itself is quite tall as well. So I want it to be wrapped around properly and also close it properly. and you wrap this wire around your gemstone just like you would with regular bezel wire. Usually these ones are very soft too, so as you can see, I don't have to anneal it at all for me to be able to wrap it around. And done. Now I'm going to mark where I need to cut, and then I'm going to cut it. Next we have this beautiful opal, and for that I'm going to use this lovely bezel wire. I think it's called inverted heart. This decorative bezel wire will be perfect for this elongated rectangular shape. It will be easier around the edges. Okay, these are ready, now time to solder. To solder bezels shut, I'm going to use borax cone and dish to create a paste to solder these. At this stage, when you're soldering the bezels shut, you don't have to worry about their shape too much, because you can always reshape them afterwards when you will be fitting them over your stones. I'm adding flux onto the area where I will be soldering. It is required for the solder to flow. Soldering the bezels, it's time to fit the gemstones, and when you do, make sure that you put the gemstone on top of the bezels and not this way around, because even if you put it like this and the bezel fits, it may not fit that way later on. So it's important that you can put your stone in the bezel this way. There we go. I want to add a little decorative wire around this bezel. So now I am soldering this beaded wire over here, like this. I've cut silver sheet for backplate into smaller chunks, so it's easier to solder because there's less area that you need to heat up. Took these out of the pickle, and that's how they look like after about 5 minutes. I think I could keep them in there for a bit longer, but honestly, this already looks great. Okay, I'm going to cut the excess silver off around these bezels. I'm using file cut 2 and sanding stick of 120. So So now I'm going to actually use the rotary tool and this sandpaper attachment to clean the backs of these bezels. But this one, I'm going to drill inside and cut out the inside of here because I want it to be an open back bezel. I'll show you in a second. Now I am going to drill in here so I can cut it out. I've made my ring band earlier, so now I'm checking the fit and seeing how much of the inside I can actually cut out. So I still have room to solder the ring band onto the back plate. Now I'm going to mark where I need to drill and we're going to drill.
A few moments later.
There we go. Now I'm going to put the blade through this hole here. And normally I would cut it the other way, but this time I'm actually going to cut it looking at it from the top side. It's a bit unconventional, but it is what it is. That's what I'm gonna do today. So now I'm going to clean the inside with my needle file. Now I'm going to solder everything together. To solder the bail onto the little pendant, I'm going to use this soldering paste from Pepetools. It's also a bench basic and it's a very useful thing. You'll see in a second. If you're struggling to keep your jump ring in place when you're soldering the bail onto the pendant, for example, the paste is great because it can stick your jump ring in one place and it won't move when you're soldering. And it's also just very easy to do because it's just one step. So I really recommend it. I really enjoy using paste. It's brilliant. All three pieces are now soldered. As you can see, the bezels look very nice. I'm very happy with them. So I'm going to go and finish these, clean them, polish them, set the stones, and I'll show you how they look like finished.
She's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart covered as a gift and hope that she'll take it into her side. La 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 la.
Very happy with this gallery wire. I just really like it. It always adds this extra detail and yeah, I love it. I love using it. Let me know if you have used this before or if you are going to use it. As for the bench basics from Pepetools, I am very happy with them. Pickling powder has cleaned my pieces in the pickle so fast. Honestly, just a few minutes is enough to clean it and leave them nice and white with the smart flux. I think it's great. I haven't noticed significant fire scale. I haven't noticed any fire scale on the ring, which is amazing. So far, this looks great. Brilliant. And as for the butter, yeah, it's perfect for sewing, for drilling. Before, I've used just regular beeswax, so I'm very happy with this one. It looks like it's going to last forever. Even a small amount like this, it seems very efficient and it's very easy to use. So overall, very happy. Thank you so much, Pepe, for sponsoring today's video. And guys, if you want to check any of these out or any tools, check them in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.